Hey everybody, how's it going? My Stihl MS391. I know I've been getting a lot of requests on my channel, people asking how do you tear these apart. I'm going to show you. It's not really that hard. Had it apart quite a few times. So, there you go. Get this off, T27. It's actually the first saw I ported. I had it running good. This gas that they're running now is not the best. Air filter, twist it off. There's a screw here, I already took it out, 8mm. Turn that out of there. Okay. Now the tricky part is, if I get, you zoom this in. Okay, right here. See where this lever comes in? Take a screwdriver gently. I get this blowed up a little better for you if it's good. I'm going to slightly open this up here. Okay, that's it, and that pulls out just like that. Because you don't want to break that. That's where your throttle linkage goes for your carburetor. This little, back us up. This little piece right here. This goes on just like this and snaps right down in here. Okay? Had us apart enough so I pretty much know how to do it. These little rubber ears kind of come off. Yeah. Screw out of there. I usually let this hang. Just a little 8mm nut. Alright, now the fun part. Need your gas tank pressure. Should just pull off. Just pull right off. Little T. Shove that in there, you're good to go. That's all there is to getting these carburetors off. Getting this off. Let's see. Take your T27. There's 3 of them on this saw. There's some, the older style has 4. This is the newer style. Yeah, pretty simple. Magnet helps. The 3rd one down there somewhere. Yep. Might need a longer T27. Yep. And T27 in there. This part I think is tricky. Okay. Intake boot. Piston looks pretty good. Oh, there. We'll see. Alright, get this base off. I don't remember what size that is. Is that 20? Yeah. 20. A lot of people are having problems with these saws. I did a little bit, but I got it figured out. I had this thing running like really nice. and had some bad gas. I'd have to say it was close to an MS400, I think. It ran pretty real good. It'll pull the pull starter. Maybe the parts out of here. Don't want to lose nothing. Alright. Screws. Alright, it's off. How's everybody doing? Yeah, that MS660 that I did the short blowed on. I got the short blowed on cylinder on there, and I'll tell you what, it seems, I haven't had time to really cut with that. I just put the, I don't know, 4 inches of the bar into a piece of wood. Seems pretty violent. It seems pretty snappy, wicked. Raise compression a little bit on that saw, or that cylinder. I'm going to do a video of it running, seeing how she goes, but it seems pretty impressive so far. Okay. All right. This little air vane off. That's a T20. Okay, let's see. Whilst I worked on this, used to working on the 660. There we go. This part that I don't like on these. There we go. Comes out like that. Very simple. I think anyway. You worked on it a few times. Not too bad. Get the muffler off. Just these little things here. Just use a little screwdriver. I'll get my little pick out. Probably gonna have to get it. Yeah. I call them finger pokers instead of picks. Friggin' poke them right through your finger. Nobody's ever had that happen. Oh yeah, I have. Too fun. It's my little muffler mod that I did. I could always correct it. That pipe seemed alright, but it just seems a little weak. Doesn't seem like it ran like it did last year. Yeah, muffler. Oh, that's a problem on these saws. What I did here, screws. What I did here, that's a problem with these saws. See this little gasket? I made this and put it right here because these bosses on these cylinders. See, let me zoom in for you. See these bosses here? They stick out too far. What happens is your muffler will come loose. I had it happen on this. And I found out that when you tighten it, there's a gap here. See, that's what it was from factory there. See that black? So I made this gasket that goes on this muffler. Make this gasket so it goes on muffler with this factory spacer. And that fixes that muffler from coming loose. I'm not too good at, you know, on camera teardown videos. Just I like to take my time when I do stuff. Okay. Now the oiler's simple. The handle, you really don't have to take the handle to get that cylinder off. The bar plate I made. Okay. I already took the clip off. I robbed it from other saw. Sprocket clip. Yeah, see? That's like an MS 360, 041, 660 clutch drum. I just had to bend the oil pump gear. Just the tang, just a little bit. Get this or this clutch off. Get my good gun. Actually, I forgot about this. Alright. All I do, one of these Milwaukee guns. Says, yeah, tighten to remove. Okay. Turn it up a little bit. Set on the lowest setting. So I just hold the other side of the flywheel with my hand. Yeah, this is actually an oil pump of an MS, like, you know, 360 and stuff like that. Probably the same thing as 044. All I did here was I just bent this arm up just a little bit so it contacts the drum. I did that because they give you that cheap spur sprocket with this and it wears out fast. Okay, oil pump, it's not that bad. Pull these two Torx off. Too bad. This other one. Oop. Let's do it this way. Okay. All right, let's see. Pulls up. Pull down this way a little bit. Okay, see this hose? Pull your oil line hose off. Pull this back. There's your oil pump. Just like that. You really don't have to get the I don't know if I'm going to get the flywheel off on this video, but I'll show you the cylinder. I got the OE. Just take the knot off. I might make a puller for this to get that off. They do sell a puller. Get these flywheels off. I want to check the timing first, but this is, you don't really have to pull this off if you want to get the cylinder. I have had this cylinder off a few times. It's a good idea to pull the crank out with the cylinder, okay? Get this out of here. Pull that top spring mount. And just take these two off. I'll show you. There you go. your little spring mount. And obviously you need your long, move this cylinder, your long T27s go down in here. There's 4 bolts. Now it's a good idea to try to get your crank out. Obviously you got to pull flywheel off. Take your crank out with your cylinder. It's a better idea. I'll show you this OEM cylinder here. That's an aftermarket. Okay. Crank. Okay. Cylinder. This is your crankshaft. This crankshaft actually, when it gets hot, it gets a little loose. So I actually replaced the crankshaft. Here's the piston. Wasn't bad. It had some scuff in here. I cleaned all that. Had like 3 tanks of fuel, and I wasn't too happy about that, and that's why I did this. There's problems with these saws. I know a lot of people say they've run them and they haven't had problems. Well, I've had a lot of people talk to me about it, and go on a Stihl review site. You'll see hundreds and hundreds of people. And I'm going to dive into the issue of what's going on with this with my new porting knowledge. But here's the piston. I cleaned it up. It is a good usable piston. This has a pop-up in it. Coated pop-up piston. Cylinder, as you can see, a combustion chamber. It was kind of used. I think it had like 80 to 100,000 squish in this cylinder. That's why it didn't really have much power. That ain't gonna run very well. But yeah, there's that. It just goes like this and crank. Obviously you got your seals in here. Let's see. Yeah. It's like that. Hey guys. Hope that was useful for you guys on this. Hope it helps some people out. Guess I know these did have some coil issues. I put a few. This seems okay. This coil. It'll make your saw detonate and put a hole through your piston. But not too bad, I guess, in there. Yep. That's pretty much all there is to it. This handle, you really don't have to take it. You can if you want, but I actually never do. Just pull these off. You kind of pry this side of here, and obviously the 2 screws over here. But hey guys, next time, keep feeling the heat.